Okay, we're alive. Welcome everybody to this month's business clinic. I'm super excited to have you all here. And if you're joining us, let us know where you are joining in from, and let's know, where you're joining in from. Tell us where you're joining in from, and then we'll give you some sort of a shout out. Let me just fix my camera a bit. I'm super excited. Today's session is going to be amazing, 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 amazing. And let me just tell you guys what we're going to be talking about. We're going to be talking about 10 ways to, so I just want to type in 10 ways to evaluate your market, right? 10 ways to evaluate your market. It's going to be an interesting, that I can guarantee it's going to be an interesting session. Yeah, super excited to have you here. Just hold on a bit. All right, awesome. So yeah, that's what we're talking about. So 10 ways for you to evaluate your market. Now, here's the interesting thing. A lot of people think that, is your business even making sense? Is your business growing? Does your business have the potential to even scale? Does your business have the ability for you to be able to be great at what you do? Right? Is your business even I know a lot of business owners they struggle, right? Business owners are struggling. Uh, you know, business is hard. They want to give up on their business. Things are not really going according to plan. And one of the biggest issues that business owners have is that maybe you are even in the wrong business, right? So welcome. If you're just joining us, tell us where you're joining us from, and we'll give you a bit of a shout out. You see, most people they spend so much time working hard on the wrong thing. So much time. And that's what happens with business owners. You're spending so much time, you're working hard, doing all you can. For example, look at your business, you're doing posting, you're taking pictures, you're taking orders, you're going, different issues, you're doing your taxes, so many issues. But the problem is, what if what you're doing is even wrong? What if you are not even meant to be doing what you're doing? And you're just because what tends to happen is that you've been doing it for so long that you tend to feel like, oh, you know what, I'm just stuck. I can't go further than this, right? And you don't want to, you become so passionate about that particular idea, but not understanding that look, sometimes it's time to move on, right? It's time to move on sometimes. And I'm not saying that look, dump your business and run away. But here's another interesting thing that I also, this is for people that already have a business. But imagine if you don't have a business and you're thinking about starting a business. How can you evaluate your market to ensure that the business you're going to start will be successful? How can you evaluate your business, your market in a way that you can ensure that, look, this market you're about to enter is not one chance because nobody wants to enter one chance. A lot of people, one of the biggest issues they have when they go into their business is that they don't, they're afraid of one chance, right? They don't want to go into a business and then end up failing. But imagine if you're able to do this before you go into a business. So these are for people that are just starting. For those of you that are already doing business, maybe there's an aspect of your business that you want to change. And we're going to talk about 10 key things that 10 ways for you to evaluate your market. And it's going to be a short session, just straight to the point. And like I said, tell us where you're joining us from. Let's give you a shout out if you're just joining us. Thank you very much for joining. Tell us where you're joining us from. I'm live in Uyo, right? I just landed. I think I landed about an hour ago. Got to my hotel, and because this is we have our BLC calls every Sunday at 5 p.m. But every last Sunday of the month, what we do is we expose everybody to the kind of calls we have on BLC, and we do it on YouTube so that you can watch it as well, right? So if you're joining us, let us know where you're joining us from. Now, here's all right. So Zainab is joining us from Abuja Business based in Kano. Fantastic. Thank you very much. Hi Zainab, how are you? All right, so let's go straight into it, right? And here's what I want you to do. I want you to I want you to get a pen and paper. So get a pen and paper so that you can take down notes, because what we're going to be talking about is going to be very exclusive, and it's something that it's an assessment. So you're going to assess your business right now, and you don't want to miss out. So make sure that you're here. Make sure you have a pen and paper so that you can take notes. Now, like I said, right, most people spend so much time, working on things, working hard on the wrong thing, right? So you might be working on something and you feel like, oh, this is the best thing for you to work on. But maybe what if that thing that you're working on is not, you're not meant to work on that thing. Maybe you are, meant to work on something else, right? So how do you assess it? And that's what we're going to be talking about today. 10 ways for you to be able to evaluate your market. And the honest truth is that instead of you to work hard at the wrong thing, it's better for you to work a little, but you're working on the right thing. So you're working in the right direction. You're doing the things that are necessary for you to be able to grow your business. Hi, Stephen. Welcome. Thank you for joining. Brian, awesome. Amazing. We have Habiba also joining in from Niger State. Habiba was one of our participants from our May edition of the Business Operations and Sales Strategy Workshop. Fantastic. Thank you for joining. Awesome having you here. Welcome. So let's go straight into it, right? Now, if you are not sure about your business, you're not sure whether your business makes sense, you're not sure, the things you're supposed to be doing in your business, these 10 things that we're going to be talking about, right, will be something that will help you to, assess your business better and see whether your business makes sense or not. So what I want you to do is, for each segment that I'm going to talk about, I want you to get a piece of paper. Each segment will write it. You write the segment. Then I want you, as I'm talking, I want you to rate yourself on a scale of 0 to 10. So 0 meaning the lowest, and then 10 meaning the highest. At the end of the session, I want you to total it. When you total it, I'll tell you guys, what it means, what it means in your business. So the first thing that you want to look at when you're assessing your market, the first thing is urgency. Now, what is urgency? Urgency is how bad do the customers need your product? Is your product something that they want badly, right? Is what you're selling, is it urgent? Do people want it badly? Do people need it? Are people dying for it? Or is just a nice to have? Now, what is a nice to have? Now, the thing is, it's not even necessarily about the product itself, but it could be how you are positioning the product. One thing you need to understand is that people don't pay for prevention. Yeah, people don't pay for prevention, people pay for cure. Right? So I want somebody, if any of you will be willing, if you can be our scribe. So when I want you to write it down. People don't, and put it in the comment section so that I can highlight it, right? People don't pay for prevention, they pay for cure. And I'll explain to you what that means. What that simply means is that when you are telling people, oh, if you take this thing, it will prevent you from facing this thing that you don't want, human beings naturally will not feel any urgency to go and get it. I'll give you an example. So I'm a coach, I'm a business coach. The people that come to me for coaching are people that are desperate. They want their business to change. They are tired of the way things are, and they really, really badly want their business to change. But, right, people, so like I said, people don't pay for prevention, they pay for cure. They want it so bad enough that they feel like, look, if I don't have this thing now, my business will just die. Those are the kind of people that mostly come to me and help them. But some people, when they feel, oh, my business is going well, I don't have any problem, no issues, they won't come. Right? So here's the thing. Let me give you another example. I'm going to use another type of coaching. So imagine you're a marriage coach. You're a marriage coach or a marriage counselor. If you're coaching people and telling them that, oh, if you come for my coaching, you pay whatever amount you're selling, you pay for my coaching, I will help you avoid divorce, I'll help you avoid drifting away from your partner. Typically, what happens? People will not, they don't really take it serious, right? They don't take it serious because they're like, I bet when we get to that bridge, we'll cross it. But imagine if you're the kind of person that says, hey, listen, so maybe you're selling a product, right? I say, look, Did you cheat on your spouse and your spouse is about to walk away from you? I can help you win your spouse back. Eh? Hey, that is urgent. People want it. They want it bad. They are not going to negotiate. So you want to assess your market and say, okay, listen, what I'm selling, is it urgent? Is it something that people urgently want? And even if it's not something that people urgently want, how can you position it for people to want it urgently? Right? Now, so here's the thing. Another thing that, another aspect we can look at is, let's look at like the food industry, right? Compare fast food with like five-star restaurant. When do you go to a five-star restaurant? Is it not when you are trying to celebrate something? It's not a cure. You go to a five-star restaurant not to cure anything. Just, I feel good, And if you look at it, do people queue up to get to a five-star restaurant? No. But look at fast food. Fast food, they provide cure for hunger. You're hungry, go to Chicken Republic, you get food, immediately you cure your hunger and you move. But if you carry that hunger and you go to like a five-star restaurant or whatever, right? They will even frustrate you and add to it, right? So how urgent is your business? And that's why you see that, look, a lot of businesses are popping up in the fast food industry. Businesses are just popping up left, right, and center, and people are saying, "Oh, why?" Because there's some sort sense of urgency. There's some sense of urgency with fast food. So you can be selling food, but how urgent is the food that you're selling? Is it something that is nice to have? Or are you? And that's why, for example, you see suya people, they sell well. Shawarma people sell well because it's urgent. You need food urgently. You quickly go and get food. Why do you think MMM sells? MMM. So MMM is all these multi-level Ponzi schemes. It's because they solve an urgency. What's the urgency? They're telling people that, look, listen, you get rich now. They're not telling you get rich in the future. And that's what normal investment tells you. Normal investment will tell you that, oh, listen, you make money, but you have to compound it. You have to do the process. You have to go through all the stress. But MMM is telling you that, listen, you can cash out today. So assess yourself on a scale of 0 to 10. How urgent is the product or service that you provide? 10 meaning that your product is an urgent product. So I'll give you an example. Somebody goes into theater, right, and needs blood. Is blood urgent or not? Blood is urgent at that point. In fact, there are people that will say, look, how much? We will pay any amount for blood if you have a loved one that is undergoing an operation, right? And blood is something that it's just there, right? But it's urgent because at that point. So the question now I'm asking is, even if your business is not urgent, where can you place it for it to be urgent? So let's say, for example, you sell snacks, right? You sell snacks. Typically, people won't think of snacks as an urgent thing. But imagine if you go and you're selling it, say maybe in a school environment, in the university, and you're selling it near classes. So somebody comes out of a class and they're hungry. Before they get to their hostel to cook their food, before they get to the restaurant to eat, your snack is there for them to be able to quickly quench that hunger while they wait. Why do you think Gary sells? Because Gary is urgent. You're hungry, you buy Gary immediately and you soak it while you wait for your food to cook and get ready. So the first thing is, number one is urgency. How urgent is your business? How urgent is the product or service that you're providing? And I want you to assess it on a scale of 0 to 10. 0 meaning that it's not very urgent. 10 meaning that it's very urgent. Right? Exactly. Indomie sells at uni like crazy, Abdurrahman. Thank you for that. Indomie sells at uni like crazy. Why? Because it's urgent. Nobody's going to wait. Things that are not urgent, fast foods, fast things, urgently, right? So you think about it. Your business, is it urgent, or the idea that you have, is it something that that is urgent? For example, hey, listen, I can sell. Because I'm a business coach and I'm a trainer, I can sell performance improvement coaching, but it's not urgent. So I don't talk about performance improvement. However, when you come to coaching, I will show you performance improvement methodologies. But that's not what I'm selling. What I'm selling to you is business structure. Are you overwhelmed in your business? Do you feel like your business is scattering your head? Are you tired? I'll tell you, oh yeah, don't worry. Come, I will help you. While I'm helping you, we're going to be assessing your business. We're going to be checking, what are the things? Is your performance on point? All those kind of things. So you can position your business, even if your business is not urgent, you can actually position your business for it to be urgent. The second thing, right? So the first one is urgency, market urgency, right? The second thing is market size. How big is your market? How big is your market? The market that you serve, how big is it? And how do you know how big is it? Think about it. And this point, you probably have to do some research. But if you've already started the business, then you know how big the market is. How many people are actively purchasing such items? So let me give you an example, right? Imagine that you say, the future energy, sustainability, blah, 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 and you want to go into the sales of electronic vehicle batteries. Is that a large market in Nigeria? It's not. So if you're selling batteries for electronic vehicles like Teslas and all that, how many Teslas are in Nigeria? I don't know if you get how many Teslas are in Nigeria. You probably can count all the people that own Teslas in Nigeria, maybe with your hands and your feet. And would you want to go into a business that doesn't have a huge market size? If you go into a business that doesn't have a huge market size, what happens is that you won't have customers that will buy from you. I'll give you another example, right? The market for blood pressure treatment is a huge market. It's huge. Why? Because there's a research that says that they say 60-something% of adults above 30 are at risk of blood pressure diseases, high blood pressure, stroke, and all that. So the market is there. The market is huge and is increasing. Why? Because of the way our life is. One, we're sedentary, a sedentary lifestyle. Two, the things that we eat and all that. But if you compare it, and this I'm talking about like in the pharmaceutical business, if you compare it to treatment of like a rare disease, a disease that is not very that is not very popular, you see that the market size for that particular disease. So let's say, for example, you want to go into drug manufacturing. Why do you think that most drug manufacturers, the first thing they want to manufacture is paracetamol? That's the first thing. You are a drug manufacturer. There's a huge market size for paracetamol. Why? Because people have headache all the time. People have body ache all the time. People are tired. People need, analgesics. So assess your market size on a scale of 0 to 10. How big is your market? I'll give you guys an example. I don't know if you guys know, but do you know that when I started my coaching career, I didn't start as a business coach. I actually transitioned into business coaching. When I first started, I was a life coach. So what I was doing was majorly helping people discover themselves, self-awareness, becoming a better you, push and all that. But it wasn't selling because, really, people, well, I beg you, I'm all right. I know myself. It wasn't really, there wasn't a market for it. But I realized that one thing I realized was that when people discover themselves, when people know themselves, the next step they take is they set up businesses. So I said, okay. And I realized that, people, because of, so before COVID, people needed extra income. So people are working, but they also needed extra income. How do they get that extra income? They set up businesses. Then COVID came, and a lot of people were now even leaving their jobs, and they were going full-time into business. I was like, it seems like this market size is increasing. So I was like, okay, can we pivot into business coaching? Right? And because I mean, so it wasn't just because, I just said, oh, okay, let me pivot. But I've had experience running several businesses, right? I've had experience of working in world-class organizations. I've had experience working in a startup. I've had experience, growing businesses. And so I said, okay, you know what? All this experience I have, why not I come and even deploy it to help people to be able to grow their business? And so that's when I now, pivoted and said, okay, you know what? Let me come and do business coaching because the market size is increasing. So, what I want you to do now is, is to assess your market size on a scale of 0 to 10. How big is your market? I'll give you one more example. I will move on, right? The market for Borno caps, so this Tangaram Borno caps that I wear, is huge in the north. If you go to Maiduguri, almost everybody is wearing Zana, proper cap, those expensive ones. In fact, it's a status symbol. If you don't even wear it, you have not even started, right? But imagine, so I was telling you guys at the beginning of the call that I'm in Uyo currently. Do you think that the market size for those kind of caps in Uyo is big? It's not, right? The market size for those kind of caps in Uyo is not big. Why? Because that's not what they usually wear. So people are not even looking for it. People are not even looking to buy it. But the market size for those kind of caps in the north, in Maiduguri, in Kano, in Bauchi, they are huge. So sometimes your market size might be small in a particular location, but it might be big in another location. So you probably have to move, right? So assess your market size. Remember, we're saying that we're assessing all these places, all these things. At the end of the session, you will now add total it and you'll see. Once you total it, I'll tell you what metrics you can use to know whether your business idea makes sense or not. The third thing, so the first one we talked about was urgency. Then we talked about market size. Then we talked about, now the third one is pricing potential. What is the pricing potential of the product or service that you offer? For example, so Abdurrahman was talking about Indomie. Indomie sells at a particular price. I don't know how much they sell Indomie now, but let's say, for example, Indomie is 200 naira. So maximum, say you are doing premium Indomie. Say you are doing the premiumest of premium Indomie. You can't sell a plate of Indomie more than 2,000 naira. Because if that's what you're selling, maximum you sell it 2,000 naira, yeah, okay, right? But look at things like maybe like all these expensive fishes, calamari, the blue kingfisher fish, sushi, and all that. A plate of sushi might be like 15K, 20K. And guess what? The process to prepare sushi and the process to prepare Indomie might be the same thing. I don't know, I'm not a chef, but I'm just saying. Boil water, put the fish inside. Yes, the ingredients might be different. But if you have a higher pricing potential of something, it's easier for you to be able to grow. For example, I'll tell you another thing. If you are selling sweets, what is the maximum amount you can sell sweets? Things like gala. You're selling gala. You can't sell gala more than a particular amount. But if you're selling cars or you're selling real estate, the pricing potential is huge. There are people that all they need to do is to sell one piece of property and they are made for the year. So even in the property business, the bigger the property that you're selling, the more you'll be able to make. Imagine if you're making like typically, 10% is what they'll pay you commission to sell a house. You're selling a house of 25 million. How much is 10%? 2.5 million. But if you're selling a house of 250 million, 10% is what? 25 million. And guess what? Sometimes the stress that you need to sell the 25 million naira house is the same stress that you have to go through to sell the 250 million naira house. So the third thing you want to look at is your pricing potential. The bigger the pricing potential of your business, the more sustainable your business will be. So also, like I said, I want you to rate it on a scale of 0 to 10. 0 being lowest, 10 being highest. How is the pricing potential of your market, of your product? If you're not selling something that can be priced expensively, then you know that you rate yourself on the lower basis. And guess what? Let me tell you, one of the most important things you need to understand is just be truthful to yourself. Don't lie. Just say it as it is. Do you get? Self-deceit might be like the worst thing that you can do. Tell yourself what is happening. Be honest with yourself. It's okay, right? And at the end of this call, I'll tell you how you can do to find solutions. The fourth thing, right? The fourth thing. Hi, Queen Habiba. Thank you for joining. The fourth thing is Walaikum Salam. Thank you for joining. Welcome. So the fourth thing is the cost of customer acquisition. How easy is it for you to acquire a customer? And the truth is, on an average, right? How difficult is it for you to generate a sale? Is it easy? Can you generate a sale easily, or is it harder to generate a sale? Right? So cost of customer acquisition, right? Hey, hi Gloria, thank you for joining. Welcome. So, like I said, the fourth thing is the cost of customer acquisition. The more money you need to acquire a customer, the more likely it is that your business might not be, might not be, how do I put it? The more it is that your business might not be sustainable, because it means that you need to pump in money for you to be able to make money out of your business, right? So you need to also understand. And remember, we said we're looking at it on a scale of 0 to 10. 10 being the highest, 0 being the lowest, right? So if the cost of customer acquisition is high, you want to rate yourself low. If your cost of customer acquisition is low, you want to rate it high on the scale. So for example, how easy is it for you to get people to buy food if you're a food seller, right? How hard is it for you to be able to get your customers? So I'll give you an example. People that do consulting, it's hard to get customers compared to people that sell food. If you're going into consulting, you're going to spend a considerable amount of money, right, to get customers. For example, you're going to have to run ads, you're going to have to put yourself, do media appearances, and you're going to spend a lot of money to do that. But if you're selling food, maybe sometimes all you have to do is just post on your WhatsApp and say, hey guys, we have 10 plates of small chops available. Who wants to buy? And then people buy. So the higher the cost of acquisition, the harder it is for you to go into business, right? And the lower the cost of acquisition, the easier it is for you to go to business, right? The fifth one is cost of value delivery. How much will it cost you to deliver the value that you're offering? Remember, business. So okay, I didn't define it. But business is a repeatable process that creates and delivers value to your customer. So how the cost of value delivery, the cost of you delivering value to your customers, how high is it? Is it high? If it's high, it means that for you to be able to deliver products to them is more expensive. So I'll give you an example. For you to if you're doing like a YouTube video or like you're doing just a normal recording, the cost of value delivery is very low. All you have to do is to record the video, package it, send it via email. But if you're selling like a fridge or you're selling like furniture, you have to get truck to come and then you put it. Let's even talk about like fuel, for example. The cost of value delivery for fuel is high because for you to be able to deliver fuel to people, you have to have a tanker. The tanker takes you to a filling station. For you to get a filling station, you have to have an underground tank. You have to have a stanchion. You have to have a station building. You have to have staff. It's crazy. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Right? So the cost of value delivery is high. The higher it is, the more difficult it is for you to go into that business. So, for example, you want to teach. Sometimes all you need to teach is just you have your laptop and you're teaching people, just the way I'm teaching you guys now. The cost of delivering this value is very low. The only thing is my data and my StreamYard subscription. That's all. But for example, if I'm going to deliver the same value to you in my office, the cost of delivery of that value is higher. Why? Because you're gonna be in our office. We're paying rent for the office. We're going to provide you with food. I mean, if you know any BLC training, you know that we don't do training without proper food and giving you the best food, right? And if you want to, if I mean, that's for just our small trainings we do in our office. But for our business strategy workshop that we do at the end of every month, right? The cost of value delivery is higher. Why? Because we're doing it in a world-class hotel. World-class hotel, giving you food, giving you different things. The last one we did, we had drone coverage, we had diffusers, people came, we had a signature scent. It was amazing. Right? So Abdurrahman is asking, same as operational cost. Yes, something like that. You can call it that. So the cost of value delivery is your operational cost. The higher your operational cost, the less likely it is that the business is very sustainable. But if you have something that the operational cost is small, you should rate yourself high on it. So remember I said 0 to 10. So if your operational cost is high, it means that you want to rate yourself like a 2 or a 3. But if your operational cost is low, you want to rate yourself like an 8 or a 9 or a 7, depending on how you're looking at it. Right? So cost of value delivery is the fifth one. The sixth one is the uniqueness of offer. How unique is what you're selling? If what you're selling is very unique, it means you rate yourself high. If what you're selling is not very unique, it means you rate yourself low. I'll give you an example. So filling stations, what they're selling is not unique. A filling station, if you go to A filling station, is the same thing they're selling in B filling station. It's the same fuel. There's no difference. Sometimes you say, oh, it's the pump. That is a negligible difference. But for example, if you are now looking at something that is different, for example, like intellectual property now is different. How you provide certain services is different as well, right? So I'll give you an example, right? One of the things that you want to check out is saloon, for example. So let's talk about a haircut. So I went to cut my hair this morning, in preparation for my trip. How many barbing salons are out there? Barbing is not a unique offering. Everybody, all you have to do is just set up a barbing place and you can barb. But look at it now. If we're talking about like things like space travel, how many people can take you to space? It's only Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, and who is the other person? There are 3 of them now. Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, and who else? I think there are even just 2. And Richard Branson. So Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Richard Branson. Right now in the entire world, there's nobody else that can compete with them. They're the only 3 people that have space, that have aircraft that can go to space and come back. How crazy is that? So if your offer is unique, rate yourself high. If your offer is not very unique, rate yourself low. For example, I do coaching, I do training. What's the uniqueness of my offer? One of the uniqueness of my offer is not very unique, but it's unique in a way. So I'm very energetic, high energy, and all that and all that. I can rate myself like a 6. I can rate my business as a 6. I'm not going to say it's 8 because someone else can copy the energy as well. Somebody else can come and do all the energy and everything, and it doesn't end up being unique anymore. But sometimes you have some certain privileges. So for example, Dangote now that is building a refinery, that's a unique offer because how many people can actually go and build a refinery? So the more unique your offer is, the more likely that your market, that you're able to you place yourself high in the market, right? So that's 6, uniqueness of offer. 7 is speed to market. How fast can you get your product to market? For example, right? let's say, for example, you're looking for quick cash. You're looking for quick cash, and you have a neighbor, and your neighbor says, "Oh, listen, I'm trying to wash my car. Can you please help me wash my car? Urgent 2K. I'll give you 2K. I am looking for urgent 2K. Speak to market. You, oh yeah, give me money, and you quickly wash the car. But think about it. If you wanted to set up a bank, can you speedily go and set up a bank? No. So assess your business, assess your product and service. How fast can you get to the market? If you can get to the market fast, rate yourself high. If you don't get to the market fast, rate yourself low. Remember what we're doing in each of these segments, we're rating ourselves from 0 to 10. 10 is high, 0 is low. So now speak to market. If you can get to market fast, rate yourself high. If you can't get to market fast, rate yourself low. It means that we'll get there. You add everything. Everything adds up. At the end of this, I'll share with you, what happens and when you add it up. The eighth thing that you want to talk about is upfront investment. How much do you need to invest for it to start up? So, for example, if you are doing groundnut oil, you need to set up a mill. You need to set up, you need to have like generator. You have to have this. You have to have that. You have to have this. But if you want to start selling masa, all you need is a pan with firewood, and you mix the masa and you pour it and you turn it. Or you want to start selling what they call it, puff puff. All you do is buy puff puff mix, put it, fry it, and that's gone. I don't know if you get what I'm saying, right? So the upfront investment, for certain businesses is low. You don't need to invest too much. But for some businesses, high. That's why a lot of times now, these days, a lot of people are going into digital businesses because the upfront investment is not so high. The upfront investment is easy. You can easily just invest, and then you can start a business. Drop shipping, for example, you don't need much upfront investment. So if you don't need in your business, if you don't need so much upfront investment, rate yourself high, 7, 8, 9, 6, 7, 8, 9. But if you need a lot of upfront investment for your idea to come to life, means you need to rate yourself low, 1, 2, or 3, or 4, whatever, however you want to do it, right? So that's upfront investment. The 9th one is upsell potential. Drama said Masa is simple when you say that way. But that's how it is. Masa is simple. It's straightforward. How else do you want to do? You just mix it now, grind the rice, do it. I don't know how they do Masa, but I'm just a simplified version of that. So the 9th thing, and we're almost done. The 9th thing is upsell potential. What is the upsell potential of your business? Now, your business, what you sell, is that the only thing you sell? Or is there an opportunity for an upsell? So if your business, the only thing you sell is that thing and you can't upsell anything, it means that you rate yourself low. But if you have other secondary things that you can upsell, it means you can rate yourself high. I'll give you an example. Phone. You want to start a phone business. After people buy phone, what is the upsell potential? There's phone case, there's screen guard, there's charger, there's earpiece, there's this, there's that. So even the phone, it's not only phone. You sell AirPods, you sell iPad, you sell laptop. So you see, there's a lot of upsell potential, right? But for example, if you're gonna sell maybe like mattress, what else is the upsell potential? It's not much. It's just mattress, pillow. That's all. Or a ball. If you're selling a ball, for example, once you buy the ball, what else is the upsell potential? It's not so much. Maybe worst case scenario, maybe canvas, maybe shorts. That's all. But there's some businesses that have upsell potential. So think about it. The more upsell potential your business has, you want to rate yourself high. The lower the upsell potential that your business has, you rate yourself low. So if your business doesn't have upsell potential, rate yourself maybe 1, 2, 3, 4. Your business has a lot of upsell potential, rate your business 6, 7, 8, 9. Right? And the last one is evergreen potential. And what is evergreen potential? Evergreen potential is how much additional work do you have to do to sell the product or service. So, for example, food business has a low evergreen potential. Why? Because for you to keep selling, you have to keep making more food. But for example, books have a high upsell potential, evergreen potential. This book, the author wrote it just once. He didn't have to write it again. And all he needed to do was to be printing it and then just mass producing it. This t-shirt, the person had to design it only once. And I hope it's not designed for anybody else again. But you get what I'm saying? Nike, once they do the design once, all they have to do is to mass produce. So that has evergreen potential. But for example, what coaching, this call that I'm on, right? The evergreen potential of this call is that I'm hosting it on YouTube, meaning that people will keep coming, and finding it and finding it and finding it and finding it. As opposed to for every time, if I wasn't hosting it on YouTube and I was hosting it on Zoom, for every time we need to have that call, I need to jump on Zoom. Just how we do in BLC as well. We have these calls every Sunday at 5 p.m. Right? So BLC is the Business Leaders Club. It's a club where I coach people, business owners. Every Sunday we have these calls every Sunday at 5 p.m. But one of the calls that we have every month, we decide to make it public. So we have a lot of BLC people on the call. If you're a BLC person on the call, please type BLC and put a fire emoji. Let's rep BLC, right? So we have BLC people on the call and we decided to push it out there. I don't know if you get what I'm saying, so that you get a taste of what BLC people are enjoying. And if you want, then you can join us as well. So Queen Habibat said, I wish it was that simple to make masa. Is it the grinding process or the fermentation process? Right? But yeah, I mean, I agree. It might not be the easiest thing out there, but I mean, if you compare it to other things, right? All right, so so we have Bashir Ajao here. Thank you very much. Welcome. Awesome. Right? If you're a BLC member, type BLC and put some fire emoji. Build. Now, you should have finished adding up everything. So add up everything. Add up all the scores that you scored yourself in the different segments. Now, what I want you to realize is this: if your total score for the 10 if your total score for those 10 for the 10 ways is below 50, I think you have to move on to another idea. If your total score is below 50, you might have to either move on to another idea or see how else you can tweak it, because it's not working for you. If the score is 75 and above, you have a very promising idea. If your score is 75 and above, you have a very promising idea. But anything between 50 and 75, it has the potential to pay your bills, but for it to grow, you need a lot of investments, right? So I'm like asking, how about monopolies out there that are making it? Yeah, I mean, so monopolies, yeah, they cross out a lot of these things. Most times monopolies come up. So let's go through the 10 things again, and just to recap. The first one is urgency, and I'm going to use this monopoly question. So Ahmed is asking, this based on how are monopolies out there that are making it. So urgency, most times monopolies are selling things that are urgent. So for example, Dangote is selling cement. You want to build a house, you urgently need cement quickly, right now, in good condition, right? The second thing is market size. Look at the size of real estate that is happening in Abuja alone. The amount of houses that are being built. Did you know that Nigeria's population is going to double by 2050? Double, right? Who is going to provide houses for those people? And for you to provide houses, you need cement. So yeah, right? Third thing is pricing potential. How much is cement? Can you compare cement to maybe? So remember, we said pricing potential means that if you can sell something that has a higher price. So compare cement and maybe something else, maybe like egg or Indomie, right? The pricing potential for cement is higher, right? Four, the cost of customer acquisition. How hard is it for you to acquire a customer to buy cement? Do you need to go and be doing adverts? No, the people will come to you. All you have to do as a cement manufacturer is to look for distributors. Your distributors will distribute your product, and then people will come and pick up from the distributors. Five, what is the cost of value delivery? In this case, maybe the cost of value delivery might be high a bit because you have to have truck and all that and all that. But remember, we said is for you to add it up, right? Six, uniqueness of offer. How unique is the offer that you're doing? As a monopoly, most times the uniqueness of offer is there. You are unique. Nobody else is going to compete with you in a monopoly, right? Seven, speed to market. How fast can you get into market? Right? If you're a monopoly, same thing. I mean, when MTN was the only one in the market, they could do and undo. But then when other players started coming, Airtel, Glow, and all that, remember when MTN was in the market, they didn't want to even change per second billing. It was until Glow came and changed it, that's when they had to change it, right? So, you assess it that way as well. The eighth thing is upfront investment. How easy is it for you to go into the market with what is upfront investment that you require? And the ninth thing is upsell potential. What is the potential of you to sell other secondary products? And then the 10th one is evergreen potential. Do you need to do extra work for you to keep selling the things that you're selling, right? So I hope that with this evaluation, you've been able to see where your business stands, and it's been able to give you an idea of what are the action steps you need to take to be able to move your business to that next level, for you to be able to move your business so that you can be so that the business can be more sustainable. And if you are stuck, you've seen it and you've assessed it, and your business just seems like it's not making any sense and you're stuck, what I want you to do is you can just send me an email. So let me put my email on the out there. See, so I'll put my email. My email is mail@theothman.com. Just send me an email and I'll give you 15 minutes free consultation where we'll sit down and help you break down your business. Send me the email now, and then I'll send you a link for you to be able to book on my calendar, where we'll be able to have 15 minutes where we'll sit down, discuss, and help you to overcome whatever issues that you're having in your business. But if you've gone through it and you feel like, oh, your business is doing great and everything, drop fire emoji in the comment section. Let's see. How are you feeling? We've come to the end of our conversation, but let me know, how are you feeling? Drop your favorite emoji that describes how you are feeling in the comment section. Let's see, whether this particular class that we had, this business clinic for me, was something that either it added value to you or it just left you more confused or everything, right? But hey, this is part of our monthly. This is part of our monthly. I've never said that focus. This is part of our monthly or rather, this is part of our weekly session that we have in the Business Leaders Club. So the Business Leaders Club is a group of business owners that are, coming together to grow their business. It's a community where I coach people every Sunday. Come on, teach something on business growth, how to structure a business better, how to be able to grow your business, and see how you can ensure that your business is doing great as well. And if you'd like to join us, also when you send that email to mail@theothman.com, we'll have a conversation and I'll give you the option if you'd like to join us as well. So thank you, everyone. This brings us to the end of our conversation today. Thank you all for joining. I hope that you have an amazing week. And remember, I said if you're still feeling stuck and you're not sure how to go about it, send me an email at mail@theothman.com, and I will offer you 15 minutes free consultation for us to be able to have a conversation and see how we can grow. As you go along and you're growing your business, I want you to know that I believe in your capacity to grow your business. Thank you, everyone, and do have an amazing